So today I want to talk about the widely requested topic. People have been leaving comments for a long time asking which hero should they get, what is the best hero to unlock next, and which hero is actually worth getting. So in this video I'm going to answer all of those questions. I'm going to talk about the hero's abilities, what they are good at, and in which game mode they are the best at based on how strong they are. Now, it goes without saying that this video might not be something that all of you guys are gonna agree with, and I would love to hear your opinions down in the comments. Each hero that I talk about is going to have one or two main purposes so that you guys can get your next hero according to your needs. So for example, some will be good in half cash mode, some are good for going late game, some are awesome on chimps mode. Alright, so to give you guys a quick introduction, currently there are a total of 11 heroes in BTD6 and 4 of those don't need to be unlocked. You get them by simply playing the game. Those 4 are Quincy, Gwen, Oben and Striker Jones. Now these 4 are already everything you need to beat the game of Bloons TD6, but of course some of the purchasable heroes make some maps, some game modes and achievements a little bit easier to get. So in release order, the other heroes go like this: Captain Churchill, Benjamin, Ezili, Pat Fusty, Adora, Admiral Brickle and Etienne. Alright, so let's start with heroes you guys should be getting for Chimps mode. So the first hero you guys should get for Chimps mode is Etienne. He is currently the latest hero in the game and has already made a name for himself in lots of Chimps clears, 2-tower Chimps runs, half-cash Chimps runs and whatnot, and with a good reason. Etienne feels different than the other heroes and that's why he might not be a favorite among the casual players. He starts off very weak with literally a dart monkey flying around him, and then slowly as he levels up turns into this demolition machine that makes him a late game beast. Etienne is a hero that is very useful on Chimps mode on practically every map in the game because of his amazing drone range, because of his global level 8 ability which gives camo detection to all of the towers on the map, and his UCAV ability which is also global destruction which becomes permanent at level 20. Etienne is a fast leveling hero, meaning he is going to reach max level usually in the 80s or early 90s, depending on the monkey knowledge you have, the game mode that you're playing on and the round that you have placed him on. And Etienne is a DPS powerhouse that starts off very weak and then slowly ramps up to become one of the best heroes in the game. Etienne is a hero that you guys should be getting primarily for Chimps mode on harder maps. The second hero you guys should get for Chimps mode is Pat Fusty. Now Pat gains levels slower than Etienne, but similarly to Etienne he's also a beast in Chimps mode. If you guys didn't know, you can place Pat Fusty on land as well as in the water, and this makes for some easier clears on maps like Flooded Valley and maybe Pat Spawn. Now there are a couple of reasons why Pat is great on Chimps mode, with the first one being his level 3 ability, the Rallying Roar. This ability makes nearby towers do extra damage. Now even though not as strong, Pat also has the ability to stun Moab class Bloons starting from level 13 and to even knock back Bloons, which even affects Moab starting from level 5. Now Pat also has the Big Squeeze ability which allows him to grab a Moab, a BFB, a ZOMG or a DDT if visible and pop it over the next 5 seconds. And the pro tip for the late game is to actually not use this ability that often, because while squeezing a blimp he stops attacking and he doesn't stun the Moab class Bloons. As I mentioned earlier, Pat is great in Chimps mode as a support tower, since pretty much all he does is buff nearby towers and knock back and stun blimps. He's usually combined with spam strategies like ninja or sub spam, but the Pat zone strategy, which is Pat plus the tag zone, is also incredibly strong. The half cash game mode is one that a lot of people struggle with, and to be honest it's not one of my favorites either. However, we do have a single hero that is the best out of everyone else, and that is Benjamin. So if you guys are looking for a hero to help you out in half cash mode without having to spend money on continuous powers or use insta monkeys, then Benjamin should be your choice. It's like when designing him they made him specifically for this game mode, and it really shows in game. So Ben is a hero that generates money, but that's not the only aspect that makes him great. Having a stream of income on a game mode like half cash is very useful, but his other level upgrades and abilities are what make him this complete hero. His level 4 ability is called Skimming, and Skimming earns $1 for every new Bloon spawn. Now this goes down to half a dollar on half cash, but it's still a nice source of income on top of the passive income that he makes every round. And if you happen to leak some lives, then don't fear, because his level 6 ability, the Cybersecurity, is going to restore 5 lives at the end of each round. His level 7 ability, the Bloon Trojan, makes affected Bloons not spawn any children, and this is amazing versus round 40 where we might not have enough DPS to take care of the Moab, so just pop the initial layer and no ceramics will be spawned. And if you're missing some DPS, then just activate his level 3 ability, which is called Biohack, which makes the nearest towers do extra damage for a short period of time. His level 10 ability is called Siphon Funding, which downgrades all of the new Bloons by 1 layer. Now this works on everything except a DDT and a bad Bloon, and if timed properly, it can make your round 60 spawn a Moab instead of a BFB, and your round 80 spawn a BFB instead of a ZOMG. And his cooldowns align perfectly for some of the hardest rounds in the game, like round 63 and 78. For example, round 78 has 2 huge waves of ceramics, and in this round you can use the Siphon Funding ability twice and reduce each of the ceramic waves to rainbows, making it significantly easier to get popped. And even though he shines in half cash, Ben is also useful on other game modes, especially for his Trojan ability like double HP Moabs and alternate Bloons rounds where the level 40 Moab is a fortified one. Similar to Ben, which feels like he was made specifically for half cash, Ezili is like that for alternate Bloons rounds or ABR. ABR is a game mode where we have a completely different round set than any other game mode, and if you would have to explain ABR to someone who's new to Bloons, it would be something like this: regrows, camos, and fortified Bloons. The hero that does well versus all of these is Ezili. So Ezili is a hero that from the start has camo detection and lead popping power, and this is very useful in the first couple of rounds where we have a few camo reds and blues pass by, as well as the 2 lead Bloons on round 10 and the camo lead Bloon on round 24. Ezili's level 7 ability is called Sacrificial Totem, and when activated this totem drains 10 lives but gives nearby monkeys camo detection, extra range, pierce and attack speed for a short period of time. Now as she levels up, Ezili does a lot of damage to Moab class Bloons and is especially effective versus the Moabs in the 40s and synergizes well with the towers that can clean up, like for example the Necromancer Wizard, which she even buffs at level 11, giving plus 50% pierce to all of the spawned Bloons. Her level 10 ability is an insane spell, it's called Moab Hex, and when used it targets a Moab class Bloon and destroys it completely without having it spawn any children. Now a cool thing about this is that if you destroy the affected Moab class Bloon before the ability runs out, then it's going to jump to the next one, and then the next one, and then the next one until the duration runs out. At level 20, this ability can affect bad Bloons, and this unlocks another aspect of Ezili, which is late game free play rounds where you can guarantee that those bads with insane amounts of HP will still get shredded by just one click because the damage is percentage based. Now unlike half cash, ABR is a game mode where you can earn normal income and you can easily farm, so I feel like even though she is useful in the early game, after you farm some solid towers, her presence becomes obsolete, and then until the ultra late game or free play rounds come in, where the only useful aspect is the Moab Hex ability. The other 3 heroes are ones that are definitely not necessary, but nice to have if you can buy them. They offer variety in your gameplay so you don't have to play with the same heroes all the time, and besides niche uses like for example Captain Churchill in my round 100 deflation guide, or Adora if you want to see her transform along with the Vengeful True Sun God, or maybe Admiral Brickle in a sub-spam strategy. These heroes are ones that you can definitely play without. So that's it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it and found it helpful so that you can adjust your next hero purchase by looking at what you need and which hero suits you best. Thanks for watching and I'll see you guys in the next one.